Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are having the most fun that you can possibly have at Tier 8. And that is, we're taking out the Duncan. I'm telling you guys, I love this ship. I don't care. I don't care what anybody else says. This ship is so much fun, and I swear to God, if you're using armor, or if you're using HE in this thing all the time, you're doing it wrong. Armor piercing 90% of the time. Yes, there is obviously opportunities for HE in this thing too, and the HE is incredibly powerful. It is Conqueror high explosive, so you can expect it to be very, very good. However, I'm telling you what, guys, the AP just absolutely shreds everything. Later on in the match, you'll see me actually struggle a little bit, but that's on there. Neither here nor there. This thing is so much fun to play. It's one of my favorite ships. This is right there with the Republic, or Republic, whatever you want to call it, at Tier 8. There are very few ships at Tier 8 that I enjoy playing. Duncan is one of them. Cannot wait for the legendary version of this ship to come out, whatever that may be. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know. Now, before we get started, don't forget, if you guys enjoy my videos, please punch that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do appreciate all of y'all. I really do. But the channel been struggling here this month, and it's to be expected. We're coming off of 3 months of just absolutely destroying YouTube, and in the best possible way. So it's always, you know, YouTube's one of those things that goes up and down, but it's during these down times that I really need you guys' help. But we're going to push out to the right side. Also, I'm under a little bit of, not pressure, but I'm going to let you guys know a little secret also. Ooh, San Luis, wait for it. Bonk. Yep, there goes half his hit points. Telling you, AP, baby. This thing is nasty. But we have partnered with several other content creators in a collaborative effort of a Discord server. And a lot of y'all have been asking about a Discord server for a long time. And I usually refer you guys to the World of Warships Legends Discord server or the Brozone, aka Aaron's Discord server, because they're good places to hang out. This I believe will also be a good place to hang out. I will leave a link down in the comment section for those of you interested to join the Discord channel. And like I said, this is a collaborative effort between several, and I'm not even like one or two, I'm saying several content creators. I don't even know everybody's name right off the bat, but there's a bunch of us, okay? So this is going to be a gigantic server, and hopefully will be a lot of fun and be a good place for everybody. If you're looking for divisions, if you're looking to just chit-chat, there's a weeb section for all of y'all out there. You know who you are. there's all kinds of stuff. So highly recommend you guys check it out. I'll leave a link down in the comment section for the Fold Discord server. So welcome to the Fold, folks. Anyway, we are in the Duncan. We're out on the flank. We've got a Weimar here with us. We've got a guy spamming AP at us from a San Luis, which is hilarious. But La Foudre here, he's made decisions that are not beneficial to his livelihood. But notice we've taken a lot of damage in this fight. Like we're getting shot at by the La Foudre. We're being focused by 2 cruisers. Fortunately, one of them is shooting AP at us, which is hilarious. But we're doing everything in our power, and you watch those shells. They go exactly where they have to do no damage. If that shell lands, you know, an inch higher, it does damage, but it lands exactly where it has to do no damage. And look at this shot. Does the same thing. Fortunately, we get the one shell to go into the back of the superstructure. And then we activate our 3D printer, which this thing also has. You gotta love British battleships, or in this case, battle cruisers, with those gigantic 3D printers on board. There's just something so satisfying about watching your hit points go from, oh, I'm in danger, to, I'm not worried. And for the guys that are shooting at you, it's got to be incredibly heartbreaking to be like, well, we almost got this guy down, and oh my god, he's half health again. How did this happen? It's 3D printer, baby. We got all of the 3D printer. But anyway, San Luis makes a huge mistake here. He goes off of the border, and this is going to be a thing. I don't know if these guys are in a division or what. I'm assuming they are, because they've got very similar play styles. But they're making a huge decision here. that he comes off the border to get a little bit closer. Now, he starts to reverse, and to his credit, he actually jukes me out of my socks here. I'm like, okay, I got this. He's going to reverse, so we take the shot, and he just immediately throws it in forward the moment I pull the trigger. This is what you call throttle jockeying, folks, and this is called propulsion mod at its most preposterous. It's like, I gotta go from reverse to forward like this. Must go faster, must go faster. Yeah, you know what? That only works once, Sunshine. You know? I'm a pretty solid player. I'm not the greatest, never claimed to be. But I don't get fooled by the same maneuver back to back. Alright? You're gonna have to change it up. But this Mogami is tearing me up with this high explosive, I ain't gonna lie. Because he's not only doing like fires, which we can heal back, but he's also doing actual damage to us, which is not ideal, I think we can all agree. But we do catch the Mogami turning here, and we get a shot out there, and we catch him for an overpin. Shocker. But we're not going to chase them. Why? Because we don't chase kites, right, folks? Like, we don't chase them. Now, he does reset the cap on us, which is unfortunate. I think we can all agree. But watch what we do here. We wait for him to commit. A lot of people will just start spamming their shots. And another thing a battleship might have to do once in a while is to not shoot your guns all at the same time. But we waited for him to commit, and we catch him, and unfortunately the game is just like, screw you, Spartan. You know you placed that shot perfectly, but all our shells are going to avoid him except 2, and one of those will be a Citadel to make you feel a little bit better. But no, the guy's still alive instead of being a dev strike. But it is what it is. We get the capture. We're going to keep moving forward. Got another shot as he's bouncing off the border. These shots are always iffy because sometimes they go faster than others. It's kind of difficult to land shots accurately when they initially hit the border, because their ship will do funky things. They'll strafe the border, they'll bounce off of it sometimes, they slow down other times. It's so awkward shooting at somebody at the border, which is why we call it a, you know, abusing the physics if you stay there. Now, to his credit, he didn't stay there. So I will give this guy the benefit of the doubt that, you know, you just run out of room when you're kiting some days. And that just be the way it is sometimes. But we got one more heal here. He does initially make us commit to the shot, but notice we save a shot, so we get one more shell out there, and I'm pretty confident I just got boned on RNG there. That shot literally just splashed in his bow. I'm sorry, there's no islands around showing that this was like a ghost shell sort of scenario. That shell was either desync or I just got screwed. But fortunately, we are going to be able to take this guy down. Now, we have lost a lot of hit points. We have no heals left, and there's the Citadel. Of course it is. Dudes bow into us. We should have got the dev strike to begin with, but they continue to let him live, and so the game rewards us with the Citadel because reason. But here, we got a beautiful look at a broadside of an Iowa. Now, we know that there's a cruiser to our front who's trying to get us. We know there's a destroyer in the neighborhood, so I am begging my teammate to get up here. We have a Weimar that was right there with us this whole time. We get a beautiful looking shot out on the Iowa, and we are going to slap this man's cheeks. There you go. Another huge hit. A third of that man's health just evaporated in an instant. But knowing that we are being surrounded by a destroyer and a cruiser somewhere, we're not just going to sit here and take it. So we get close. We actually proxy spot the Schroeder momentarily. So I know he's pushing in. I'm checking my torpedo angles. You can see I'm like, okay, I've got quite a bit of torpedo angle over the side. Because remember, these are underwater torp tubes. They're turning torpedoes. So the torp tubes are actually located underneath the front turrets. And so you get some funky torpedo angles out of this thing. And so it's a little bit awkward in these sorts of scenarios. So I know that if I reverse to my left a little bit, I can make sure that I have the torpedo for the Schroeder. Because guess what I have that the Schroeder doesn't have? Torpedoes. And not only do I have a torpedo, I have a freaking tactical nuke of a torpedo. But he's going to push in. We're going to go ahead and get the torpedo out. He is going to slap us, and remember, we are very susceptible to it, but so is he as we slap his cheek again, and that torpedo hits for 22,000. That man just got hit with reduction. That man just took a Shima torp, essentially. A full Shima torp. So that's how powerful these torpedoes really, really are. Like, you thought you had me, Sunshine, and you're number 4, and Ruprecht just in the nick of time, comes barreling around the corner, flat broadside to us, and we're gonna punch him right in the mouth. 2 penetrations there. As soon as the other gun gets loaded, look at that accuracy, man. That's the other thing. This thing has so much accuracy, and there's the Kraken. It's been a little while since we've had a Kraken, I believe. I don't remember the last time we got a Kraken, but here's one tonight. I'm telling you, this ship is so much fun. It will survive so much bullcrap. Like, don't get me wrong, it will still take a lot of damage, and we've already shown the weaknesses of this thing. You don't kite away in this ship because anything that overmatches you can Citadel you straight through the butt. All right, you don't kite away in this ship. You angle. You try to get people to shoot the belt armor. You keep your bow and your stern away from the enemy. You want them to shoot your belt. You want them to think they're going to get that Citadel, and then you let that armor just kind of plink everything, if you can. That's how you play this ship. And then bait people into doing stupid stuff because they don't expect these torpedoes. And people underestimate these torpedoes. They're like, oh, it's just one torpedo. I could take a torpedo. And then they just get slapped for 20,000 plus damage. Or if you catch them on the snoop, there's a good chance you get a full roll of 30,000 damage, which is absurd. These are the hardest hitting torpedoes in the game, but this Iowa, to his credit, he's going to do a good job of maintaining an angle. He's like, fool me once, shame on me. You slapped me really hard the last time. So he actually turns away, which I didn't expect out of this Iowa. So fair play on him. I know I'm going to die in this engagement. It's just how much damage can I get off this guy before I die, right? So we've already done the turn in hard. This time we're going to try to anticipate his shells coming in and try to slow down and turn in. Because battleships can throttle jockey too. And so here we go, we turn in, and we managed to dodge all but one shell. That heat seeker shell that comes right down the snoot hit me for a 3K, but leaving me with just enough to get one more salvo away. And yeah, I mean, let's be honest, I'm dead in the next shot, right? There's no chance that I survive the next shot. So I was hoping to get all my guns on target. But he's going to get loaded. He's going to fire another shot. He's going to try to stay angled. He does open up the angle a little bit too early. So we go ahead and get one last ditch shot out there as a, a parting gift. And we slap him for 8,300. Just, reminding him who he's up against. And he's not going to survive this. But as we watch the Duncan succumb to her injuries, we congratulate her and her crew for another amazing, epic replay of just fun. Very few ships in this game that just are fun. It doesn't matter what you're up against. This thing is just going to have a good time. The only time I had a bad time was I spawned in this morning and we were on crash zone. And I had a small end in front of me and I made the mistake of thinking that small end was going to be useful. And he was not. And I got put up against the mines, a Saipan, a Hawk, who actually was smart and used island cover and was crossfiring me, and an Elbing. And I don't care who you are, if you're up against a light cruiser that pins everything, a battle cruiser that's got very good accuracy, hard-hitting shells, you're up against a Saipan and an Elbing, you're probably going to have a bad time. And we did what we could. I think I put up 90,000 damage in that match before I ended up dying, but it's still, it's a lot of fun as the Iowa succumbs to the torpedoes of the Jaeger. But let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite Tier 8 ship? I know it's an odd tier, but what is your favorite Tier 8 ship? Do you have a ship at Tier 8 that you genuinely have fun in every time you take it out? But top of the leaderboard, high caliber, Kraken Unleashed, just under 3K base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.